Now, to that restaurant.
I had a big organ and no place to put it.
Whoa, it's just this immense feeling of power.
And it was like a jet airliner, the mechanisms all whirring and whooshing.
Remember that, Ken? Like a big old jetliner. Ken went there when he was a kid. These restaurants were in Colorado and in Oregon. And now there's a new documentary that wants to tell the story of the organ grinder.
Pretty awesome. So he's the man behind the documentary, Bob Richardson of Diaphone Productions. So why this restaurant?
Well, I grew up in Portland when the first organ grinder opened. I was 4 years old. My parents took me there, and I was just overwhelmed. I became obsessed. I even asked to take organ lessons as a kid.
No way.
Because it's something like we didn't have this growing up. We didn't have Dave and Buster's and Showbiz and all that stuff. This was kind of like the first thing where they put entertainment around your pizza.
Yeah, and it was one of the first places where your kids could actually run wild and didn't have to behave in a family restaurant. And it was making millions of dollars. So you would have to wait over an hour to get in lines.
Do you remember the wait?
Really?
Yeah.
I wish I could have gone to a place like this. And you guys have childhood memories.
Sure.
Coincidentally, years later, you met one of the founders at a fundraiser, and you thought, it's time I tell their story.
Yeah, because people have always wondered what happened to these places. They were so successful, they were unique, and then they just kind of faded away. And after pestering Dennis, the co-founder, for months, he agreed to sit for an interview. And then as tracked people down, it just spiraled out of control. I talked to Vicky Buck, the original monkey lady. They had live monkeys in Portland.
Wait, what?
They had live monkeys.
That's the one. That's the Denver one right there.
They had live monkeys?
But the state of Colorado wouldn't let them come here. Exotic animal.
We got standards
and
here.
they would play, so for people at home, the organ guy would play to silent movies, right?
The silent movies were a brief part of it, but he would play popular tunes. Back then it would be Star Wars and Disney songs. In the Portland location went to the 90s, so like Little Mermaid was a big hit.
My God.
They would play, yeah.
So what happened? Why did they go out of business?
It was a whole combination of things. You've got increased competition from places like Chuck E. Cheese and other family fun centers. The growth of freeways is part of the story. You can't move a pipe organ to a new location. It costs millions of dollars. They're many, many tons. And so as traffic patterns changed, as freeways were built, people weren't driving by and say, hey, let's take the kids to the organ grinder.
Because it was over on Colfax, which was that really busy route, you know.
Hey, listen, I know the movie is kind of in the works and it's sort of crowdfunded. How close are you to being finished, and how can folks help out or maybe watch it when it's done?
Well, with this trip to Denver, we're about 90% complete with principal photography.
Right.
And I hope to have the film edited and in festivals next spring. People can go to pipedreamsfilm.com.
I love it.
We have CDs and posters and merchandise.
Would you do us a favor?
Yeah.
Would you
Tell us about the monkey.
Was the monkey a part of this thing?
The monkey was a part of this thing. He would sit by the organ and he would clap along, and the organist would play in time. And if the monkey got out of time, they would do little antics. And if you bump him on the head, he screams. But I will not do that to your audio.
Fire it up as
No,
we
hey, let's hit it.
Let's hit it, man. Hit that monkey.
All right, here we go.
That is fantastic, of course, and can't wait to see that when it finally comes out. Get all the editing knocked out. That is super duper cool for sure.
Well, she should be the same.